And their alliance partners, 24089 Iron Lions.
On the other side, it's 26000 Theseus and their robot Argo. Joining them, it's 11148 Barker Greybacks.
Red Alliance, are you ready?
Blue Alliance, are you ready?
Referees and timekeeper, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1, go!
We have Robo Kings placing a specimen but dropping it on that high chamber.
Argo immediately putting that specimen onto the high chamber. Their alliance partner putting 1, maybe 2 neutral samples into that high basket.
And 4 neutral samples have been collected and placed in that high basket by Iron Lions.
3 neutral samples now in the high basket, equaling to the specimens on that high chamber for the Blue Alliance. They make it a 4th.
Iron Lions places another neutral sample in that high basket.
So close there for Theseus. They dropped that last one, but it is 4 out of 5 for them.
2, 1.
Heading into teleop, there is a significant lead between blue and red. Blue leading this match with 144 points.
Iron Lions are placing more samples in their high basket.
Theseus ejecting all those alliance samples into the observation zone for their human player to turn it into a specimen.
Robo King struggling there to reach the high basket. They settle for the lower basket instead.
Barker Greybacks extending the lead of the Blue Alliance as they put those samples into the high basket. Theseus reaching into the submersible zone to grab a sample.
Iron Lions places another sample in that high basket.
A bit of a clash there between the 2 robots from red and blue, but they do manage to get those samples.
More samples are being added to the lower and high basket of the Red Alliance.
Unfortunately, Theseus just misses that one, but their partner manages to put another one into that high basket.
Robo Kings places another red sample in the low basket, and Iron Lion places neutral samples in the high basket.
Less than a minute left to go, and Blue Alliance is still leading this match with 184 points. Barker Greybacks trying to score that neutral sample, and they successfully do so. Theseus adds to the Blue Alliance's score as they score multiple specimens onto the high chamber.
It looks like Robo Kings are now going to go for specimens as they have one lined up in the observation zone.
30 seconds left on the clock. Ascent zones now protected. Every robot is still desperately trying to score as much as possible in these last 20 seconds.
Iron Lions places another specimen sample on the high basket.
And there are now 9 specimens on the Blue Alliance's side. Are we going to see ascent from any of these robots?
We see Robo Kings trying to ascend, reaching a level 2 ascension.
And that will be the end of playoff match number 8.
Kings Aurum. And their alliance partners, 24089 Iron Lions.
On the Blue Alliance, it's 27373 Wrecking Sharks. They are joined by 11144 Barker Bluebacks and their robot Smurf.
Red Alliance, are you ready?
Blue Alliance, are you ready?
Referees and timekeeper, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1, go!
Iron Lions placing a neutral sample in their high basket. It looks like Robo Kings will not be moving during this autonomous period.
Reckon Sharks putting that specimen onto the high chamber. Barker Blueback scoring 1 and 2 neutral samples into that high basket.
Iron Lions placing 4 neutral samples in that high basket.
Reckon Sharks reaching outside of the field perimeter during the autonomous period, pushing that Alliance sample into the observation zone. Their Alliance partner Barker Blueback scoring yet another neutral sample into the high basket.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
We have Robo Kings picking up a specimen from their observation zone and scoring it on the low chamber.
Barker Bluebacks reaching for a sample in that submersible zone and scoring it into the high basket.
Iron Lions trying to get more samples from the submersible zone and placing it in one of the high baskets.
These two teams are currently neck and neck, constantly scoring points. Blue Alliance leading by the finest margin of 3 points.
It looks like Robo Kings are looking for another specimen and scoring it on the lower chamber.
Reckon Shark scoring yet another specimen onto that high chamber. Bluebacks putting in neutral samples into that high basket.
Iron Lions searching for a sample to collect and trying to place it in that high basket.
It looks like Bluebacks are intaking empty space as they look for a sample in the submersible zone, failing to do so. But they manage to get one and head over to the high basket.
Robo Kings does drop that specimen and places it back into the observation zone so that human player can adjust it.
Blue Alliance have gotten back their lead. It's 159 to 156 now in the Red Alliance's favor. These teams are neck and neck. It is an extremely close match.
We have more samples being placed in the high basket of the Red Alliance, and Robo Kings placing more specimens on the lower chamber.
Reckon Sharks grabbing another sample in the submersible, but they drop it. Less than 30 seconds left to go. Ascent zone's now protected, and that is a foul for Barker Bluebacks. They have touched a red robot in the protected ascent zone.
Iron Lions placing more and more samples in their high basket. Robo Kings trying to get more specimens on. It looks like they...
Less than 10 seconds left to go. Red Alliance leading this match. Blue Alliance have fallen behind and lost their lead. And that is the end of playoff match number 10.
Congratulations to the Red Alliance. For playoff match 12 on the Red Alliance, we have 12993 Robo Kings Orem, who are not on the field at this moment. They are busy fixing their robot. And we have their alliance partner, 24089 Iron Lions.
On the Blue Alliance is 19341 Chrobotics. And they are, of course, joined by 14579 Find Data.
All right, after that little dance break, it's time to start playoff match 12. On the Red Alliance, we have 12993 Robo Kings Aura. We have 24089 Iron Lions.
On the Blue Alliance, it's 19341 Chrobotics. of course, it's 1, 4, 5, 7, 9, Phi Theta!
Red Alliance, are you ready?
Blue Alliance, are you ready?
Referees and timekeeper, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1, go!
With Iron Lions placing a neutral sample on that high basket and Robo Kings missing their specimen.
Phi Theta scoring a specimen onto that high chamber. Crowbotics putting a neutral sample into the high basket as well. They grab another specimen. Can they score? Yes, they can. That is 2 specimens on the blue high chamber. Unfortunately for Crowbotics, they do miss that second neutral sample.
Iron Lions now has 4 samples in that high basket.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Heading into tally-up. It's a close match. Blue leading this match with 96 points so far.
Iron Lions placing more samples in that high basket and Robo Kings putting it in the lower one.
Crowbotics pushing those alliance samples into the observation zone. Their partner putting a neutral sample into the high basket and scoring.
Robo Kings has a specimen on the lower chamber and they have 2 lined up in the observation zone.
This is a high stakes match. Whoever loses will be eliminated and both teams are currently neck and neck.
Iron Lions placing more neutral samples on the high basket.
Another neutral sample scored into the high basket from Blue Alliance.
And Robo Kings are placing more specimens on that lower chamber.
Red Alliance extends their lead to 136, but it is still very close. Crowbotics with a neutral sample in their claw and scoring it with Phi Theta as well.
There are now 4 specimens on the lower chamber thanks to Robo Kings and 11 samples on the high basket.
There are now 5 specimens in the high basket. And they will make it a 6th one.
We have Iron Lions placing more samples on the high basket of the Red Alliance.
Red Alliance is extending their lead. They are building that gap, but Blue Alliance is trying to close it.
Robo Kings placing neutral samples in the lower basket while Iron Lions places one in the higher basket.
30 seconds left to go, and the set zones are now protected.
Robo Kings placing specimens on the lower basket.
Will we see any robots attempting a climb? It could change the course of this match if we see any ascents. And it looks like a double climb from the Blue Alliance. That could change this match.
And we have Robo Kings Orim climbing last minute.
And that will be the end of playoff match 12.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Red Alliance!
A very close match, and unfortunately Blue Alliance has been eliminated. But can we give a big round of applause to Crowbotics and Phi Theta for making it this far? An amazing effort from the Blue Alliance. In the field, and we are going to begin playoff match number 13 very soon. This is a very high stakes match, as whoever wins this match will move on to the finals.
On the Red Alliance, we have 26000 Theseus. And joining them, we have 11148 Barker Greybacks.
On the Blue Alliance, put your hands together for 12993 Robo Kings Aurum. They're joined by 24089 Iron Lions.
Red Alliance, Referees and timekeeper, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1, go!
We have Greyback scoring a neutral sample in that high basket and a specimen being placed by Theseus on that high chamber.
Blue Alliance immediately scoring that specimen onto the high chamber.
Red does receive a foul as another neutral sample is being placed on that high basket by the Barker Greybacks.
All of the neutral samples on those spike marks have been cleared by Blue Alliance. They have scored all 3 neutral samples successfully into the high basket.
2 specimens have been placed on that high chamber by Theseus, but they keep receiving fouls.
And that is a lead
Drivers,
for the Blue
pick up your
Alliance.
controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Heading into tally-all, Blue Alliance is leading this match with 158 points, but it is close between these 2 teams.
We have the Greybacks scoring more neutral samples in the high basket while Theseus scores specimens on that high chamber.
Another sample scored by Blue Alliance in that high basket. They're reaching into the submersible now to grab a neutral sample. A bit stuck there, but they managed to pull through, and they are heading over to the high basket to score yet again.
Greybacks and Theseus scoring in that high basket with neutral samples.
Robo King scoring a specimen onto the high chamber. Their alliance partner scoring yet another sample onto that high basket.
Greybacks scoring another neutral sample in that high basket. Specimens are being made for Theseus in the observation zone.
Blue Alliance continues to extend their lead. Red trying to close that gap.
More samples are being placed on that high basket of the Red Alliance. There was a neutral sample stuck in Theseus, but
there is a specimen ready for the Blue Alliance in that observation zone. Are they going to grab it? Yes, they are, and they successfully do so, heading over to the high chamber to score.
more samples are being placed on the basket of the Red Alliance.
Less than 40 seconds left to go. This is an intense match. They are so close. Blue Alliance is still trying to extend their lead.
More specimens are being placed on the Red Alliance's high chamber, while Greybacks places more samples in their high basket.
Blue Alliance is pulling away from Red there as they continue to extend that gap. But if we see any robot ascents, it could change the course of this match. Another specimen placed onto that high chamber for Blue Alliance.
We have Theseus struggling there to get their neutral sample into their claw.
And there is an ascent attempt, and they successfully do so! That is the end of playoff match 13. It looks like it will be a win to the Blue Alliance! Congratulations to Robo Kings and their partner.
Congratulations to Theseus and the Barker Greybacks for making it this far into the game.
Could we get a round of applause for the losing team for their efforts making it this far? Since this might be our final match, of course, we're going to do the traditional handshake between the two teams. So we're going to get the two alliances to line up and high-five each other. Alliance could come over this way. There for 1, 2, 9, 9, 3, Robo Kings Aurum! They are joined by their alliance partner 24089 Iron Lions.
Let's kick off this final match. Red Alliance, are you ready?
Blue Alliance, are you ready?
Referees and timekeeper, are you ready?
In 3, 2, 1, go!
We have the Redback scoring a neutral sample in that high chamber and the Blue Bot Builders scoring a specimen.
We have Robo Kings immediately scoring that specimen onto that high chamber as well and pushing all the alliance samples into the observation zone.
We have the Redback scoring 3 neutral samples in that high basket.
Unfortunately for Blue Alliance, they have received a major penalty for contacting the red team during the autonomous period in that ascent zone. And they have now disabled their robot but are still receiving those fouls.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Heading into Teleop, the Red Alliance is in the lead by 2 points with an 86-84.
It is a very tight match between these two amazing teams. And looks like we have Robo Kings trying to score that specimen, but having a few issues with their controller being unplugged.
We have the Redback scoring samples in that high basket, and the Blue Ball Builders scoring a specimen on that high chamber.
Unfortunately, Iron Lions have dropped that Alliance sample from their claw and are trying to intake a new one from the submersion zone, but they are holding 2 of them. They drop it before they receive a penalty.
We have the Redback scoring more samples in that high basket.
Robo Kings, after a few technical difficulties, have managed to get their robot working and have scored a specimen onto that high chamber.
Blue Ball Builders have scored 5 specimen on that high chamber.
Red Alliance are currently leading this match still and uphold their lead, extending it to 190.
More specimens are being made in the observation zone of the Red Alliance.
Blue Alliance desperately trying to close that gap as they continue scoring specimens and neutral samples. But will it be enough? 50 seconds left on the clock!
Specimens are being scored by the Blue Ball Builders and samples are being placed in the high basket by the Redbacks.
Robo King slamming into the sidewall there, but grabbing a specimen, trying to outscore the Red Alliance. Iron Lions putting a neutral sample into that high basket, and we have 30 seconds left to go until we see who wins.
On the Red Alliance, we have 15 samples in that high basket, 16 now, and 8 specimen on that high chamber.
Robo Kings trying to intake a sample from the submersible zone. And we have 5 seconds left. Will any robots climb?
Blue Ball Builders has de-scored 2 specimen from their high chamber.
And it looks like a level 2 ascent from the Blue Alliance.
Both teams from the Red Alliance have achieved a level 2 ascension.